Everyone, today is day one of the Spring Cavendish Cup. Excited to get out there and start whacking it around and see if we can have a day. This morning I'm starting a little bit earlier and I'm going to take you through what I call the Cavendish Loop, which I touched on a little bit yesterday. Basically, the Cavendish Loop are the four large championship courses in the Cavendish beach area, and I think that if I take you through there this morning, at least give you an idea where they are in relationship to Cavendish. You can see the parking lots, clubhouses, that kind of thing. So if you're down in this way and you want to go, you'll have a little bit of an idea what it looks like and how you get in off the road and that kind of stuff. And then from there, of course, I'm going to be making my way over to the last course, which is Anderson's Creek, where the tournament is. And we tee off this morning at 9, and it's a little early right now, 7:30, 12 degrees C. That could be warmer. That's about 56 F. But it's supposed to warm up kind of nice today. So going with pants and a shirt, and hopefully that gets me through. And I know on one thing, at my age, it's never too warm. I always like to keep it warm. So anyway, we'll come back when we get to back out to Cavendish. It's about a half an hour drive. The four courses, of course, the first, I don't know the order they'll come in, but it'll be Eagles Glen, Green Gables, Glasgow Hills, and then of course Anderson Creek at the end. So I'll come back and explain as when we get there. So we're now coming up to a place called New Glasgow. Now it's on the way from Charlottetown out to Cavendish. It's about 10 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 6 miles from Cavendish beach area, like I took you through yesterday a little bit. The reason I'm starting this little video here is because one of the big four golf courses in this area is out at this end of the loop, and it's called Glasgow Hills. It's a beautiful championship course, very nice, but it's very nondescript. You can see this car coming out here. You say, I don't even see anything. Well, if you knew where you were going, like I do, you know where you go. And the top of this hill on the right is just all of a sudden in the middle of nowhere, this beautiful golf course. And coming from Cavendish and a little bit further back on the road before I turned up, there are a few signs that says, Glasgow Hills Golf Course. But like I say, if you didn't really know where you were going, but I do know one thing: if you put it in your phone or your car GPS, it does know it because it's been here for a while. But I've played in several tournaments here as well, and if you're on a golf vacation to this area, you can't go wrong with this golf course. It's difficult golf course, it's long, it's hilly, and it's windy. And that's just, a combination out here that you got to get used to if you're going to play some of these courses in Prince Edward Island. So I'll turn up here. This is your entrance. You can see it's set up with lots of nice housing. And I always like to see if anybody's built anything else in here since I've been here last. And as I can tell, there have been some construction going on. It's a little earlier, but than that, I can see people down in the corners. So over here, you can see how it's kind of built on the side of a hill, and everything goes from up where we are down towards the water. Very, very nice. There's a new house going in there. What a place if you're a golfer. Yep, they're winding up. Clubhouse is quite nice, as you can see. I'll take a drive through around. Down there's your driving range. People are warming up, and the course, you see that golf cart going out there. That's number one, and it goes out away and then down the hill and swings around. And right here is your last hole, which is 18. It also does come across the road as well. You can see some water over there, sprinklers. 10 is on the other side of this parking lot. I'm driving this way just to turn around. But number 9's over there. You come through this parking lot to where the cart corral is here. There's your clubhouse. You can tell there's some quite nice views. I would say of all these courses I've been talking about, no question that this one here is most noteworthy for scenery, no question. Very, very nice. That's your starter hut, number 1. Lined up for the day. It's 7:30 or 7:45 now, so lots of cars. They'll get moving for the day. So, Glasgow Hills Resort and Golf Club, a beautiful restaurant in there. Very nice. A couple of nice houses down in there. They've been there for a long time. Built originally when the course was built. Okay, now we'll make our way out and we'll continue our loop from the main road and we'll drive into Cavendish and go along that area, and hopefully I can show you the other 2 courses. Just heading towards Cavendish as I mentioned, and I'm just going to put my machine on here and you can kind of see the golf course as we go by it. The name of that restaurant's Piper's. This is the backside of the golf course. It's windy down here. There's the clubhouse way up in the background. It's definitely a tough track. Here we are on the way through by Glasgow Hills that we drove down that 10, 12 kilometers, 5, 6 miles, 6, 7 miles. And we're coming up to the main Cavendish corner, which is the stretch where all of the activity for this area is, including golf, which we're going to take a loop in. Our second golf course after Glasgow Hills that we're going to tackle and take a little quick look at to show you how to get into the area is the Green Gables golf course, which I may have mentioned before is very historic. It's been here for over 80 years. It was one of the very first, if not the first, in this whole area. It kind of started the whole golf craze down here. A lot of tourists have heard of Anne of Green Gables, and they're all kind of interconnected. And this area here is what we're going to have for our second round of our golf tournament. We play Green Gables on Sunday. Today is Saturday, and we're playing over at Anderson's Creek. So I'll take you along. Like I say, this is the main loop. I'm not sure of the route number, but once you get to Cavendish, this is the road. There isn't another one. So everything around here is pretty much managed by Parks Canada. There's our turn right here. Green Gables Golf Club. As you can see by the sign, Parks Canada, Prince Edward Island National Parks of Canada, Green Gables Golf Club. So although the property and the club itself is owned by Parks Canada, they don't manage it. It's managed by a third party. Beautiful entryway in here. They spent about $3 million here about 8 years, I could be wrong, 8 or 9 years ago, to rehab the course and really made the course more challenging than it was anyway. So on our right in here as we pull in, this is your driving range. It's a big open area. And as you can tell, there's cars here already. It's a happening spot this morning. Not quite 8 o'clock. Like I say, the range is over to the right. In here, I'm just going to drive through. There's your cart corral, clubhouse, which is quite small, clubhouse. This will give you an example here of little bit of the course. This hole here is number 18, par 5. Kind of an unusual layout because 17 and 18 you finish are par 5s. I'd be able to get some better views, I guess, maybe tomorrow when we play it. But that just give you a quick overview of where it is, all of that. And like I said, quite busy for this early in the morning. Continue the loop as we come out of the parking lot back to the main Cavendish Beach Road, and just up the road from here is our third golf course, a golf course called Eagles Glen. Got a beautiful entryway into it. So just a little pit stop on our way to the Eagles Glen golf course. I wanted to pull in because it's a Saturday morning and quiet. I had mentioned before on the vlog yesterday that they have 2 or 3 very large music festivals, country music festivals, here in Prince Edward Island every year. And if you look up here straight ahead, I don't know if you can really see it or not. I hope you can. I can go a little bit further here. And you can see the big stage and all the infrastructure set up. And that stays there permanent. These events are so large, like I say, anywhere from 30 to 50,000. It kind of depends on who the headliner is. But this place, for that period of time, becomes a real zoo. Lots of parking, infrastructure. It's a well-oiled machine. They've been doing this for years. And of course, you have all this, I call it infrastructure. All of these buildings are also here for tourists and for people walking around all the time, for sure. But it also fits out very well for when the big music events are here. So like I said, it was a country and music fest, I believe, country and western, but they expanded it out to a second or third event now with a little bit more rock and roll kind of flair. So you never really know, and I'm not 100% sure this year what the headliners are, but there'll be an event for sure. So now we're coming up to our third stop this morning, which is the Eagles Glen Golf Course. Looks like they're doing a little work on the road in here. Do a little time lapse coming in. Okay, there we are coming out of the roadway in. Not near as pretty. I had to time lapse that, but the reason I did was normally in the middle of those roads, about a kilometer in here, half a mile, and it was all done with beautiful landscaping and stuff. But the hurricane a few years ago has caused a lot of grief in Prince Edward Island. All that prettiness is kind of gone. So there it looks like they were doing some work to the road and some of the trees that had felled and trying to clean it up, make it look better again. So we're just taking the drive in here now to Eagles Glen, another championship course, one of the newer ones, or newer within the last 20 years. And I played it many times, played all these courses. I'm realizing just how lucky I can have these vlogs and say I've played all these courses, and not just a couple times, all kinds of times, because they're just so special. And as you can tell, it's a pretty golf course. Very rolly. There's a lot of trees and stuff on it, so it's not really a link style, but it's designed to be kind of a link style out of the British, or not British, more of a Scottish kind of tradition. Very nice through here. Number one is right over there. You see those gentlemen getting ready to go. Driving range is straight ahead. Putting green. Very nice. There's your pro shop. There's your maintenance shop over there. Everything very well manicured. Beautiful. That hole right there is number 18. It's a tricky drive. You got that pond protecting the green, so you can't be overly aggressive. Very nice. This is kind of an area in Cavendish that's kind of iconic. It's a sand spit. It's like an amusement park area. It's closed right now, but it was a place where we took our kids and stuff. It had the go-karts and you know, all of the mini roller coaster, the mini putts, water boats, bumper cars, you know, all that kind of fun stuff. It's been around forever. It is pretty quiet. I thought it would be a little more hectic on the first real opening weekend, being the May long weekend. And even though the weather's good, it's just a little early. You get cold at night, and people with kids and stuff, they don't want to camp right now. And motels and stuff, with everything not being open, probably not the good deal. As I mentioned before, the Cavendish boardwalk up here with the cow on the roof. And I went by yesterday. There was hardly any cars. I don't think anything was even open. Okay, so I made it. Before we go to the other golf course, I stopped at another place on the way, and it's called, right there, the Gables of Prince Edward Island. It's a series of condos that are designed in pods. If you look to your right here, you'll see a pod, or any of these buildings you can see ahead of us. And there's 4 sections in each one. Each have 2-bedroom condos. Some have hot tubs, some have this, some have that. They're owned privately, but managed publicly by a particular group. And we've stayed here before, not this year, but we've stayed here before, and for golf trips. But if you had any reason to stay in the Cavendish area, these are phenomenal. They're very, very newer type of construction. I can even see quite a bit of traffic around here this weekend, which is unusual. But they're available to rent right on the websites. It borders the golf course we're playing today, Anderson's Creek. And as you can see, I've been driving quite a little while in here. And these pods are just sort of everywhere. Some have hot tubs, some don't. There's a community pool, which I don't know if I can show you or not here. I don't think I can get off this road to show you. But it's a nice, beautiful pool for everyone here. Summertime for the kids. Like I said, each place has its own deck, and the way they're situated you know, you're private. It looks like there's 4s. Oh, it wouldn't be private, but the way they're all jutted out, it's designed so if you're sitting on your deck, you wouldn't know anybody was out on the other one. Decided to take you through this way. Because this is the last set at the top of this hill. And as you can see here, Villa's the sign, and you can read it. It says Villas 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 are to the right. We stayed on the other side on 7 and 8. This October, we're coming back over, a group of us, to play in the same tournament. And we'll take all 4 of these pots. There'll be probably 16 of us. And if you look right straight ahead through there, you can see that's a T-deck, number 14 at Anderson's Creek. We'll be coming through there very, very shortly. Very, very nice areas. Like you say, you can see here, there's a pod there with a nice deck area. These ones don't have hot tubs. Some do, but they're a little cheaper, and they would have 2 bedrooms with 2 beds in each room and 2 full baths. So, you know, you can't go wrong. And if you look, like I said, this is one villa. And if you look, you can see over there the jut out of the second villa by those garbage cans. And the next group would be behind there. If you didn't know your people you're with, wouldn't matter. Very nice.